24/7 Teachers Training, a lesson-by-lesson tutorial for homogeneous teaching. We are an EdTech textbook publishers.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear teacher. I welcome you on behalf of the Snowman publishers to an online tutorial on section 2 of the chapter 4 of Science Grade 4, which covers the topic Properties of Matter. The video will cover changes in matter such as freezing, melting, boiling, condensation and evaporation, conduction of heat and electricity. So let's get started with the teaching plan. Welcome the students in the class and greet them saying Assalamu alaikum. Ask them how are you all and tell them that they'll be learning about properties of matter. Remember to start building the lesson upon previous knowledge of the students. Begin by asking them, can you tell what you learnt about matter? Help them recall that matter is made up of tiny particles and is found in one of the three states, namely solids, liquids, or gases. Introduce the lesson by saying that matter does not stay in one state. Instead, it can change its state. Ask these questions. What happens if you leave an ice cube on the table? What happens if you put a water bottle in the freezer? What happens if you leave a wet cloth under bright sunlight? Where does the water in it go after some time? Use the discussion to explain that each of these phenomena depicts change of matter. Tell the students that matter can exhibit changes if it's heated, cooled, or pressured. Make a list of all the changes of matter on the board and discuss them one by one with the help of the textbook. Give examples from daily life and encourage the students to think of more examples from around them. Appreciate those who think of new and different examples. Welcome the discussion class. Another property of matter is that it has mass and volume. Explain the difference between both with this example. Take a duster which appears big in size but light in weight, and a box of chalk which appears smaller in size but is heavier. Place them on the table and ask a volunteer to hold both in each of his hands. Then ask, which one is heavier? Which one covers a bigger space? Build on the responses to explain that the space covered by an object is volume and its weight is the mass. Weight and mass are different. Two objects with same mass can have different weights and vice versa. Ask the students to think of more pair of examples like this. Write the examples on the board and encourage the students to explain. Clap for the students who participate so that they feel encouraged. Another property of matter is conducting heat and electricity. Use the textbook to explain how some matter allows heat and electricity to pass through it while other does not. Describe the type of matter allowing heat and electricity to pass through is called conductor, while the type which doesn't is called insulator. For an activity, draw a line in the middle of the board and label the two columns with conductors and insulators. Together with the students, think of some examples from around the classroom to put in both columns. You may say the name of different objects in your surroundings and ask the students to tell if it's a conductor or an insulator. For homework, you can ask the students to carefully observe the materials in their school bag. Tell them to make a guess if they are conductors or insulators. The objects could be zipper of the bag, wooden scale, plastic sharpener, rubber, pages, or a pencil box made of metal, etc. Thank you, Honorable Teacher, for your listening, and Allah Hafiz.